Good morning, my yarny friends. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. It is warm here. It's 72 degrees, 73 degrees, which to me is the perfect degrees. So I have a whole table full of things to talk about. One of the best things to talk about is we, and I say we because I can't do this without you. If I don't have anybody watching or subscribing, I can't do this, okay? So when I say we reached it, I mean it. 75,000 YouTube subscribers! Ah! It's super duper exciting. And that just means there's more and more people out there crocheting, and I love that. I do still have a little bit of a dry cough. I know every time I start coughing, everyone's like, are you okay? I am totally fine. It's just, I think it's from the wind because it's been super windy. And it's, you know, bringing up all this dirt. And so I still have a little bit of a dry cough. So if I cough, I'm sorry, all right? I'm fine. It's not a problem. Okay, so last week I forgot to clink in. So let's clink in, and I'm drinking my good old coffee today out of my Coffee and Crochet with Sara cup. I've got Folgers coffee with Italian sugar-free creamer in it. Alrighty, so let's get right down to business, okay? First, I want to do some happy mail, and I do want to thank you. I got a lot of mail this week in my emails and messages, just thanking me and encouraging me with my YouTube channel, and I really appreciate that. It really meant a lot to me. I did get this adorable Easter card from Kim. It's so cute. Has a yellow tulip on it, and I do love yellow tulips. It's so pretty. Of Easter, it says, "Your wish, all the blessings of Easter and spring, and the bright hope and promise this season can bring. The beauty of nature, refreshing and new, the peaceful assurance God dearly loves you." That's a beautiful card. And it has lots of fun stickers on it. I like stickers. So anyway, thank you for that card, Kim. So the wind has been super crazy, and our tree in our front yard, the wind took it and just snapped it right in half. Now, we're in a new home, so the tree is it's probably a 2-year tree that they had, 2 years old tree they put in there. So the stem was only like, you know, about this big around. So, but it wasn't braced at all. And I think if it had been braced, it wouldn't have broken half. So my husband and I went and picked out some plants. We picked out this plant, this tree. It's called a Monrovia Black Tulip Magnolia. And so that's what we planted instead. I think it was a maple tree, which I do like maples. But we saw this. We were going to get another one that was a crabapple because I love the blossoms. In Parker, we had that beautiful crabapple blossom tree. And then I remembered that my mom really liked magnolias. And so we got this. This is the card off of it. And I'm super excited to see how it's going to grow. It's really not very big. It might be 6 feet tall. It's not very big just yet, but it will be. It's going to be very beautiful. I'm excited about that. And then while we were there, we picked out these dark foliage hydrangeas. Aren't those beautiful? I picked up 3 of those for my front area. I have never seen hydrangeas that color. I've grown purple and pink ones, and you know, you change them by the acidity, how acidic the soil is. Acidy. Sorry, I didn't mean to use some foul language there. Anyway, that determines the color of the hydrangeas. And then I have 2 red rose bushes in our front area. And then I picked up 3 yellow ones like this. And they're a lot brighter than what it shows in this picture. And I know red and yellow will probably cross-pollinate and we'll have some interesting colors, but it's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind if they cross-pollinate. As a matter of fact, I think it's kind of fun. And so yesterday, or not yesterday, but over the last week, my grandson helped us plant over 100 cherry laurel bushes. It's not a cherry tree. It's just a bush that has these teeny tiny little berries that the animals and the birds can eat to line the side of our property, because we have an acre here, almost an acre, not quite. But we wanted to line the property, and so our grandson helped us plant those. And then we also built two of my freestanding gardens. They're 2 feet tall, and I think they're 3 feet by 5 or 6 feet. I can't remember. I got two of those so that I can plant my tomatoes and cucumbers and lettuce and kale and spinach, all the things I like to plant. I'm not going to have a huge garden like I used to have in Tulsa. And when you followed my videos last couple of years, I did a lot of container gardening. So I thought maybe by having these freestanding boxes, they're made of metal. They're really kind of cool. Galvanized metal. We put them together, and they were really easy to put together. A little time consuming. But we're going to get the gravel for the bottom for drainage, and then the soil on Thursday, and then I can get my plants for that. But I'm also going to plant some peach trees. I'm really excited about this. We're going to pick up some, they call them dwarfs because they're shorter and stockier peach trees. And I'm going to find out what grows good in this area, because I know there are a lot of really good peaches you can grow in this area. Because of all the fruits, I've tried growing apples and cherries and grapes, and I've always had a lot of fun with that. I've never grown peaches. And so I thought I would do that. It'd be a lot of fun. I'm going to have like a little garden area there where I can do that. So I'm really looking forward to that. I found my hummingbird feeder in my boxes. When I was looking for the stuff for the fairy garden that my granddaughters and I are going to do, I found my hummingbird feeder and also my crook. I have a thing, kind of comes up like this, and then the other side kind of comes around. It's like 2 levels. And so I'm going to get those out and stuff. So a lot of my gardening things I'm starting to find, because they were just in the back of the garage area. And because it hadn't been warm enough, of course, I hadn't pulled those out. So anyway, lots of gardening going on. I got a little sunburn going on here. So I'm trying to hide it a little bit. But it's okay. I love being out in the sun, and vitamin D in small quantities is really good for you. All right, so I promised you another joke or two this week. So before we get in to what the gift is, or the giveaway is, let me tell you a couple of jokes. That way it gives people a little bit of time to get in here, okay? All right, so these are both from Kimberly that she sent last week. What do you get if you put sheep on a trampoline? I thought this was so funny. You get a woolly jumper. Sheep or wool, jump. I thought this was so funny. I read it once, and then I'm like, oh, I get it. Okay, the other one is this. What kind of needlework is always angry? And of course, we don't ever want to be angry. But what kind of needlework is always angry? Cross stitch, because they're cross. I used to do a ton of cross stitch, but I just can't hold those tiny needles anymore, and I miss it. I have several that my mother-in-law made for like when the kids were born that I have like put up so that they're, kept. But I can't do cross stitch anymore. I did tons of it. Actually, my mother-in-law is who taught me how to do cross stitch. All right, so are you ready to find out what this month's giveaway is? All right, the April giveaway. Now, just a reminder, if you want to be involved in the April giveaway, all you have to do is comment like all of you have just done. You're all already entered. And you can comment on the live video, or if you have to watch it later, you can comment over there. And I always say, just comment, I want to win. Because we do. You're going to want to win this. Okay? I'm having trouble giving it away. All right. The April giveaway, you need to comment today. You have 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, I will announce who the winner is. And again, in case you don't know, it's done through a random generator. We put all the names in there, and then whatever comes up, I check to make sure they haven't won before in the last year. And if they haven't won, then they're the winner, okay? All righty, are you ready to see what it is? Okay, this is a 3-pack value pack of 3 balls of yarn by Lily. See those colors? The middle one is more of a rainbow. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And it's cotton. Let's see, 100% cotton, 3-ball value pack. It's in this nice little zipper pouch. Okay, you're also going to get this Lily's Sugar and Cream book. In this book, there are, I think, 8. Let me look here. Yes, 8 designs for washcloths. Some are knit and some are crochet. So if you're wanting to learn to knit a little bit, this would be a good book for you. And I'll slide that down inside there so it doesn't get lost when I ship it. And then you're also going to get the muslin Coffee and Crochet with Sara bag. This one's a little bit wrinkly. Let me get you one that's not quite so wrinkly when I send it to you. But it'll look exactly like this one. All right, and that's our Coffee and Crochet muslin bag. So you're going to get the three, it's called a 3-ball, but actually those are, you know, full skeins. Okay, and 3 value pack. I don't know how much is on each one. Let me look. Okay, each ball has 12 ounces, 4 ply, medium weight number 4. I was trying to see the yardage on here. Oh, it's so tiny. Hang on a second. 603 yards per ball. So there's 603 yards per ball. That's a lot of yarn. I'm glad this came in because I wanted a really good giveaway for our 75,000 YouTube giveaway, okay? Now, 2 weeks from today, I will announce the winner of that, okay? And again, let me remind you, I say this all the time and people still don't listen. This is so important. Never, ever, 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 ever put your email address or your shipping address in any public comments. Don't put them on the comments here. Don't put it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anywhere you go to. Pinterest, never put your email address or your shipping address. You do not want people that have bad news getting a hold of them, okay? Okay. Norma says, I want to win. I can send to Canada, but it is, I send it everywhere. There is no limits. But yeah, Canada, for some reason, it takes longer to ship to Canada and it costs more than to ship to Australia and Europe. It does. I don't know what the deal is with Canada shipping, but I ship anywhere. It's not just USA, okay? Alrighty, now, let's see. Where was Sara this last week? Do y'all remember where I went? The Dollar Tree. I have to tell you, that was a really fun experience because I hadn't gone to Dollar Tree in a little while. And yeah, I know it's not $1 tree anymore. A lot of them maybe still are here. It's a $1.25 tree. And then they have lots of things, you know, that are more. But I had really a lot of fun. They had that whole end cap of yarn, but I had more fun with all the other things. And a lot of people say they don't like plastic crochet hooks, and I don't use them all the time. But when I travel, if I'm going to fly or even just in the car, I'm always afraid I'm going to lose my expensive crochet hooks. And so I'll take those plastic ones, and if I lose one, what am I out? $1, not even $1.25, because there were 3 of them for $1.25. Okay, and so that's why those are a good bargain. They had buttons, they had ribbons, they had beads, and all kinds of, they had some rings, all kinds of fun things. So if if you haven't gone to the Dollar Tree lately, go ahead and swing by there because I think you'll find some really neat things. I will tell you, there is a lot of things that I would consider not really neat things. So you just have to kind of look and choose, you know, what the toy aisle to me is always just J-U-N-K junk. You know, but my grandkids love it. So, you know, I guess I just figure if it only costs $1.25, if it lasted an hour and they had fun, I'm okay with that. So anyway, that's where I went this last week. Now, I was going to do a question again this week, but I didn't. I went somewhere. And so that video is going to be out tomorrow. We got it all filmed and everything. Just needs to be edited and scheduled for tomorrow. So I did go somewhere. Don't worry, I have not forgot all your questions. We're going to get to all of those, okay? That'll be my last Where's Sarah for a couple of weeks, and we'll get back into doing some this and that questions, all right? Okay, so now I want to talk to you a little bit. I'm going to move this so I can use my camera over here. Let's talk about what's new this week at Posh Pooch Design. So I'm going to go to my other camera, and we did these mini mandalas. And it's kind of funny because I wasn't sure how to say that word. And I went in to Google Translate and said, how do you say this? It said mandala. And then other people wanted to correct me. So I don't really care what they're called. It just basically means a circle, a crochet, or even knit or weaved circle. Okay? And it has lots of meanings in different countries, spiritual meanings and things in different countries. What I was trying to accomplish is just to make some fun, colorful things that we could hang on the wall. These are going to go in my garden area. As I'm thinking of hanging some of them out, you know, remember that crook I was talking about where it has some hooks on it? I was thinking about hanging some of these bright colored ones in my garden area so that it looks like I have some nice big flowers out there. So we'll see. And I think this one's going to go up by my fountain because it has some really pretty colors in it as well. All right, and it's a super easy pattern. Okay, so I had a lot of questions about what can you use instead of the circle. Now you'll notice behind me, I have a bigger one. And it's made exactly the same. The only difference is as I did a couple more of the petal rows and added chains in between. And then I did more of this row here where we did the taller and the shorter stitches in order to make things even out. I did more rows of those with more chains in between. Okay, so this is a 6-inch. The one back there behind me is a 12-inch. Okay, and there's lots of different things that you can use. For the 6-inch, you can use a lid. Now, don't go cutting your expensive Tupperware lids. Use your Cool Whip lids or coffee lids that are plastic, just so that you have something sturdy, the single crochet that last row on so that it can be hung up. If you have some old wooden hoops that you're not using anymore, and I have probably 6 or 8 of these in various sizes. I think they're up in my closet there. This is a really big one, but you can use these as well. And you can put it in and put it together, but you can use these individually and just stitch around them. And these come in all different sizes as well. So there are lots of different things that you can use for a ring. You're just going to have to use your imagination a little bit. You know, when you go to the grocery store, walk around and see what comes in a tub. I think there's even some cat litter that comes in a tub now, does it? Anything that's round, and if you're going to use a lid like a Cool Whip lid, or I think Crisco used to come with a lid you could cut. I don't know if it does anymore or not. But anyway, you just cut out that center, and you've got that edge that you can use. And yarn is, if you're doing them small, it's light enough. It's not gonna bother it at all. But I really recommend that you get the metal rings. These are stainless steel. And like these were like $1.29 a piece. I mean, that's so cheap. Okay. Even this one here, this big 12-inch one, this is $2.99. So $3. They're super cheap. You can get them at Hobby Lobby. You can get them at Michael's, and you can get them at Joann's. Those are the 3 places I've seen them. I've also seen them at Walmart in their craft department, but I haven't seen them lately. You know, Walmart's craft department is really going down. I don't know what's going on with it, why they don't think crafters spend their money there, because a lot of us do. So maybe we can all get together and start making some phone calls to Walmart so we can get them to build up their yarn in their craft departments. So anyway, these are just so much fun to make. So much fun to make. All right. All right, I'm going to set these aside because I'm going to show you what we did yesterday. And I just love this so much. This is our big squishy egg pillow. Isn't that the cutest thing? Now I did both sides different. This one is pink. as the main color, and then I used the purple and yellow, and then this one is purple as the main color, and I used yellow and pink. This side has his eyes on there. You see it? His head's kind of squishy because I've been squishing him. I call this side Egbert. Now, the thing is, when you're adding your safety eyes, make sure you go into a stitch because it'll go right through the hole if you don't. Okay? But if you're going to give this to kids that might put those in their mouth, you can just crochet a little black circle or blue or whatever color, or you can just make a great big French knot with your thick yarn and then add your smile. But you don't have to because it's just as pretty like this. And the thing is, these are great to give to kids. They can throw them around. They're not going to break anything. They're squishy and fun, and I just love them. I think I'm going to keep it. I'll let my grandkids play with it when they're here, but I'm going to keep it. It's super cute. Okay, it measures about 14 inches long and about 12 inches across. And of course, depending on how big you stuff it, depends on how, fat it is. I don't overstuff mine. I don't want the stuffing to show through, but also I want it to be super squishy. So this is our Easter egg pillow, with or without a silly face. I super duper love it. But yeah, you can make it with a face, with the eyes, or you can make it just plain. And it's beautiful both ways. Now, the yarn, I wanted to show you the yarn that I used. And this is a Bernat Blanket Baby Dappled yarn. It is an ombre, but it doesn't really show on these because there just wasn't enough change. I guess you can see it's a little darker up there to see the ombre. But I bought it for the colors, the pink, the yellow, and the purple. And I got these, did I get these at Joann's or Michael's? I can't even remember. Go back and watch the videos. It'll tell you which ones I got them at. But anyway, it only takes about 8 ounces to make them. And each one of these has 10 ounces on it. So I've got quite a bit of yarn left. I think I'm going to make a nice squishy blanket. But I think it would be beautiful. It's a blanket. Bernat Blanket yarn. It's called Dappled. It's a super bulky number 6. Now, you don't have to use this yarn. You can use any blanket yarn or any thick yarn as long as it's a bulky number 6. Okay, now the next question you're going to ask me is, do I have to use a bulky number 6? Because I get that all the time. You don't. Just remember, it's not going to be this size. If you go down a size, say to a bulky 5, you're going to need to go down a hook size because you don't want to have big holy stitches. And if you want to go down and make it in a medium weight number 4, you can, but it's going to be a lot smaller and you're going to need to use a lot smaller crochet hook, okay? So keep that in mind when you're wanting to adjust things. If you work it exactly the same, you'll get similar results. It just won't be this big, okay? All right, I just fell in love with this yarn. It is so soft and pretty, and it has that dappled effect in it. Even though it is an ombre, it's almost, has like a dappled effect to it. It's just super pretty. And all 3 of them do. They're over there. Okay, let me check my notes. Make sure we talked about everything. The 75,000 subscribers. We talked about it being April and our big giveaway. We did some silly jokes. And we talked about Dollar Tree. And we talked about the mandalas and this yarn. Well, guys, I thought I had a whole lot more to talk about, but that is just about it. How many strands of 4-weight yarn to make it super bulky 6? I would probably go with 4. I really would. If you want to keep it at a bulky 6. But measure as you go and see which way you like it. Because, one thing we have to remember is not all medium weight number 4s are the same. Okay? It's just a wiggle room between sizes. In other words, you all have seen, like Simply Soft is a medium weight number 4, and so is, say, Red Heart Super Saver or Impeccable. Those are both thicker than this. The Simply Soft is thinner, but they're all a medium weight number 4. So keep that in mind when you're trying to make some adjustments, you know, because it's just that not all yarn is the same, and so you get this wiggle room between sizes. You know, you get like a bulky 5, and bulky 5 is a really tricky yarn because sometimes it'll be as thick almost as a 6, and then sometimes it'll be as thin almost as a 4, and so you just have to kind of play with it. I'm not going to be doing a tutorial for the bigger mandalas, not just yet, because it's a super easy adjustment. You just make more chains and make more rows. At this stage, I'm not going to be doing that just yet, but that doesn't mean I won't do it. Okay. I do have a pattern out there for the bigger ones. You can find it on my blog, but I'm not going to be doing a tutorial as of yet. It's okay. And just to kind of clarify the reason I'm saying that like that is when I'm planning videos for tutorials, they're done way in advance. In other words, right now we're testing and writing patterns for fall because everything needs to be done ahead of time. And I guarantee you, every time I try to rush a pattern, I mess up, you know. And anytime someone has said, can you do a quick video? I can't. There's just no way to do that. There's just too much involved between photos, photo tutorial, and editing, video editing, pattern editing, testing, yarn tries. I mean, there's just too much involved to do something really quick. Okay. And so I won't be doing that particular tutorial as of yet, but maybe in the future. Okay, I'm checking to see if there's any other questions. Yes, Kimberly, you're right. The dyes do have to do with, well, because see, one thing you have to understand is when acrylic is dyed, it's different than how wool is dyed. Wool is done in a vat. It's done after the wool has been processed, and it's done in a more gentle way. Acrylic is dyed differently because acrylic is made from crude oil, and it is not it's not a porous fiber like wool is. Wool will just, you know, soak up that dye, and acrylic isn't done the same way, and that's why there's so much variance in dye lots. Okay. All right. As I stated earlier, how you enter the giveaway is just by commenting on this video. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what you're asking. If you need it for weight yarn, what do I do if you don't have it, but you have other weight yarn like a 3? I'm not sure what you're asking there. Are you talking about how many strands? Because like I said earlier, it depends on how thick the wool, the medium weight number 4 is. Like I said, it's different. Number 4 weights are different. So you just have to kind of test it out. If you want it to be a bulky 6, you're probably going to need 4 strands of medium weight held together. Okay? Okay. How is Rosie doing? Rosie is doing different day to day. Both of my dogs have been extremely sick. And we're just, I'm going to try to say this without tearing up. We're just giving them the best life they can have for right now. They're hanging in there and doing okay. That's why I haven't really had them up here much. Rosie has a lot of tummy issues. Max is having some kidney issues and other issues. So anyway, they're okay. Puppy dogs are doing okay. So anyway, that's all I've got for you, and our 30 minutes is just about up. But what I really want to say is thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of my YouTube channel. And that's why I always say it's our YouTube channel, because I can't do it without you. I can't, there would be no one to watch it. I mean, it wouldn't even be fun, you know, if people weren't making the patterns and just having fun. And I'm super excited that the 75,000 YouTube subscribers hit yesterday so that we could have our big giveaway today. I told my husband, I said, go tell your friends so that I can get there, you know, because I really wanted to do this giveaway today. I didn't want to hold it off till next month because it's a really good one, you know. Sometimes I get things that or purchase things that are, you know, they're fun, they're okay, but they're not fantastic, you know. And so this one it's a really, really good giveaway. As a matter of fact, I would be thrilled if I won it. So maybe I'll draw my own name. I won't. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I just want to say thank you so much. And thank you for all, I mean, I've gotten lots of things in the mail recently. I've gotten lots of cards and notes, lots of emails and messages that have just been so encouraging. And that means so much to me to hear your kind words and understanding. And because, I mean, physically, I've been through a lot this last year, plus moving, and it's so nice to just kind of be settling in and just getting back to the business of crochet. Not that I wasn't, because I was, but, you know, being able to concentrate on it a lot more, and just having a lot more fun. I mean, I was having fun, but it's a lot more fun when I don't have all these other things, you know, to worry about. So anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. So, thank you, and I love you guys. We'll see you next time.